Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, or good evening, or whatever part of the world that you live in. This is Big Boss Calvin 83, and today's topic is this. The title of this video is going to be called "Negropeans Need to Stop Victim Blaming Their Own for Us Experiencing Racism and Caucasian Supremacy." That's the problem with us as a people. I'm not a Negropean. Now I may speak English, but that's pretty much it. But I'm pretty much conscious and trying to not assimilate European culture because I'm not European descent because I'm a man of color, and plus I'm not seen as European even though I live in America, born in America, and know pretty much their ways. But I'm really sick and tired of so-called y'all Negroes victim blaming each other when we experience and encounter racism and Caucasian supremacy and prejudice and hatred from other ethnic groups of color. I'm really sick and tired of that. I'm really sick and tired of I don't know what is up with society. Why is it that when it comes to so-called black people, why is it when we are a victim of racism and hatred, why do we victim blame ourselves, victim blame each other when that's, to me, it's like I have to say it like this. It's like when a woman, that's like saying when a woman gets raped, well, that's like saying that, well, she should have never been out there and she should have never been dressing like a slut or a thought, or she should have never been a tease. You know what? She should have should have been dressing like all whorish and shit, but that does not excuse and nor justify a person, particularly a man, raping that woman against her fucking will. That's fucking wrong. That's wrong as hell. You know, yeah, men get raped too, but it's like, and particularly younger guys will fool when the older woman fools with a younger man, particularly an underage young man, an underage boy. You know, it's like when that older woman takes advantage of him, y'all motherfuckers, y'all idiots, especially you guys, say, oh, you should be happy that a woman, that you got some pussy from an older woman. You are a man. That makes you a man. What kind of dumb shit is that? You know, that guy knew. It's like that guy knew he wanted to fuck. He's horny. He wanted to get laid. He should be happy that a woman wanted to fuck him. What kind of dumb shit is that? Why is it that we victim blame? Why is it in America, why is it in the fucking United States of fucked up snakes of America? Why is it in America that when a person's a victim of something, a victim of a crime, particularly a violent crime, we victim blame that person instead of blaming the fucking perpetrator? It just goes to show you how ass backwards and retarded the society is. It's because I don't see other parts of the world of people in other parts of the world thinking like that. You cannot blame somebody and hold somebody accountable for a situation and a circumstance that's out of their fucking control. They're not responsible for somebody else's actions that's out of their fucking control. And I don't understand why. I'm going to say it like this. You so-called people who call yourselves black, why black people always victim blame another black person, their fellow black person, for when they encounter some kind of injustice or some kind of hatred, racism, and Caucasian supremacy. Why do we do that? Y'all say, and I'm sick and tired of people talking about making sagging pants, people sagging their fucking pants, and particularly in the so-called black community, you know, men sagging their fucking pants like a fucking issue. When we got other problems out here in the fucking world, I don't give a fuck if someone wants to fucking sag their pants, that's on them. But they shouldn't be murdered and killed. You know what I'm saying? If a woman wants to dress provocative and want to dress like a fucking slut, a fucking whore, a fucking thought, whatever you want to call it, if she wants to wear short mini skirts and have her boobs out, cleavage out, you know, and she wants to dress like she like a fucking whore. I don't know how to describe it. That's the nicest way I can put it. That's on her. We shouldn't judge somebody, and if something happens to them, we should never justify and victim blame that person who's a victim of of a tragedy. But I'm going to explain something about that, you know, when about women dressing like whores and sluts, but later on. But I want to focus on men sagging the fucking pants. I'm so sick and tired of society, this racist ass society, trying to make it seem like a black thing. When I was in high school, yeah, I saw mostly non-blacks because there was not a lot of black males. There was mostly, when the high school I went to in New Jersey, were mostly Caucasians, Asians, mostly Indians, East Indians. You got some Middle Easterns, Hispanics, and blacks. And especially so-called black males were the least of the minority. And I was one of them. And I saw them try to emulate so-called black culture. Act black, talk black, and guys acting all hip-hop and cool, but at the same time sagging their fucking pants, but they would turn around and call me a nigger. It's like society wants to bash black men, but they want to emulate black men. Society, I'm like, that's real talk. Society wants to bash so-called black men. Society wants to bash and put down American men of color, but at the same time want to embrace the culture and love the culture, but turn around and throw it in our fucking faces and spit on us. That's brutalized racism and hatred right there. Y'all envy us, y'all hate us, but you want to envy us and be like us, but you don't want to go through the fucking struggle of being a person of color in America because you know it's wrong and it's fucked up, but y'all still practice your fucking racism and fucking hatred and your fucking misandry and fucking ignorance. I'm not saying black women don't go through a form of some degree of misogyny. Not saying that. But particularly when it comes to black men being treated like shit in this fucking country, it's like, you know, everyone wants to grin and smile on their faces and all that stuff and be all cool. But when shit pops off, y'all motherfuckers who want to be like Eminem and shit, Eminem want to emulate black men, copy black men, the hip-hop version. But if you don't dress like that, because I never dressed like that. I never sagged my pants. I never dressed hip-hop and all that shit. But I was picked on and disrespected by Negroes, obviously, but other groups, other ethnic groups. Disrespected, even called white, and even called, why is it when a person does something positive, why is it considered Caucasian? Why is it considered white, but when it's something negative, it's called black? That's the form of racism that nobody wants to fucking talk about. You know, I dressed well, I spoke well, and I still got called a nigger, and I still got disrespected, and I still encountered racial profile. I still got harassed by the police. I still got picked on and disrespected by teachers that I had, and targeted by the administration, and particularly a racist ass assistant principal that always had it in for me. Okay, it didn't matter how smart I was, how intelligent I was, and how much I made the honor roll. It didn't matter how well I dressed, and dressed like Caucasians, like Caucasian guys wearing the Dockers and all that stuff. It didn't matter how well I spoke. It didn't matter what my parents did for a fucking living. I still got treated like a nigger, and I still got called a nigger. Okay? We gotta be real with ourselves. I mean, men sagging their fucking pants. Why is it that? I mean, I'm gonna speak on that more, but you know, I want to focus on. I'm tired of society making men sagging their fucking pants like it's a big fucking deal. It's not a fucking big deal. I don't agree with men sagging their pants because I know where it comes from. It comes from prison, and the whole thing is sagging. To you guys out there who are doing it just to think that you're gonna look cool, you're not cool, because the whole thing is a form of homosexuality. And the reason why men sag their pants in fucking prison is to let the other guys know, hey, I'm a faggot and I want to be fucked in the fucking ass. If you don't know, now you fucking know. That's why guys sag their pants in fucking prison. Or I don't know why they sagged their pants, but they got raped in prison because of that. Or they were beat up, I don't know, they got beat up, or they lost the bet. Now they're walking with their pants sagging, showing their underwear, showing their ass, and now they're gonna get fucked in the ass. You know, basically. So that's why sagging the pants start. That's where when men sagging the pants fucking started. Guys, the reason why guys sag their pants is because the promotion of the media and these fucking rappers and fucking entertainers made that shit popular. But it's glorified. And the reason why it's like, maybe, you know, I'm so sick and tired of people making black men sagging their fucking pants as a fucking issue when nobody says shit about Caucasian guys dressing all gothic and wearing fucking dresses and painting their fucking nails. That's a racist ass double standard, and I fucking hate it. Everybody wants to make an issue of men sagging their fucking pants, but they don't want to talk about men wearing fucking dresses, or women wearing fucking pants and dressing like fucking men and being fucking dykes and shit. If you're going to have a problem with one thing and make it an issue, you might as well make that an issue. Oh, I forgot, because you're attacking it. If you started talking about men wearing dresses and women wearing men's clothes and wearing pants instead of dresses, first of all, that's a form of sexism if you tell a woman not to wear pants, because women want to be like men to a certain extent. But when it comes to the responsibilities of being a man, oh, I don't want that. I want to be treated like a fucking woman. Don't work like that, bitches. And if you started talking about men cross-dressing, that will attack the gay community and the transgender community, and then then that will attack the gay community, and all hell will break loose, because the gay community got a lot of power. Just like the National Organization of Women got a lot of power. Feminists got a lot of power, particularly mainly Caucasian women, because that's run by them. Because I can guarantee you, if you had a bunch of so-called black women try to start the feminist movement, it would never pop off. Society would just tell them, shut up, you nigger bitches, and sit your ass down somewhere. And shut up and stop complaining. But because there's a Caucasian woman, when she bitches and complains about something, or she acts like a fucking bitch, she's being tough, she's being strong. But if a black woman acts tough and strong, oh, she's a bitch. Oh, she's a savage, or she's impossible to deal with. If a black person stands up, if a Caucasian man stands up for himself and acts like a dick and acts like a fucking asshole, oh, he's being a man. He's being tough. He's standing up for himself. But if a so-called black man does it, he's a thug, he's a killer, he's violent. Even though he didn't kill nobody, he's violent and he's a savage. I'm so sick and tired of these racist ass double fucking standards, man. And woman, if you're watching this, I'm tired of the hypocrisy and the racism that goes on in America. You know, I don't even know if I want to continue talking about this, but I got to. You know, if you're gonna have a problem with one thing, you gotta have a problem with the other thing. But you don't want to offend the gay community, and you don't want to offend Caucasian women. Oh, the feminist, aka the feminist, because you don't want to attack. One thing you don't want to do in America, you don't want to attack the gay community, and you do not want to attack the feminist community, because that's bad. Because you don't want to attack the gay community and the transgender community, and you don't want to attack the feminist community. You don't want to attack gays, and you don't want to attack gays and lesbians, and you do not want to attack women, because that's a no-no. But it's okay to attack and disrespect the black community. But don't attack other communities of color. Don't attack, and especially don't attack the Caucasian community and their subculture groups of gays and lesbians and transgenders and gay in the gay community. Don't do that, because that's wrong and that's out of bounds. That's disrespectful. We got to be sensitive to everybody else, but treat black people like shit. And that's why I hate this fucking country and its hypocrisy. And y'all Negro peens and your fucking coons and your handkerchief head Sambos and your Aunt Your Mama bitches and your Uncle Ruckus, motherfuckers are so fucking stupid. Let me tell you this. It don't fucking matter what you dress. It doesn't fucking matter what you wear. If you want to sag your pants, you should have your right. That's your personal right. In America, we have the right to wear what we want to wear, and we deserve to be treated with respect and love and kindness, and have the same rights as everybody else. Why is it that it's okay for non-blacks to act like a fucking nigga, but don't want to be treated like a nigga? Why is it that it's okay for non-blacks? I mean, when I was in high school, there were some teenagers who sagged their fucking pants, and they got girls, especially non-blacks. But if a black man does it, it's a problem. And what's ironic is if a black man does it, acts like a fuck and acts like a stereotype, he's able to get some women, get some bitches. But if a brother like myself dresses well, acts well, speaks well, he's acting white, or he's being something that he's not, or he's brown nosing, or he's a fucking coon or a Negro peon. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why is it that? How come in the black community a black man cannot be a regular guy? How come in America a so-called black man cannot be his fucking self and be his own individual? He got to be either a thug or a criminal, or one and the same. He got to be a fucking faggot, or he got to be a fucking thug and a criminal. And if he's a regular guy, he got to be a fucking handkerchief head, bushy ass, Negro peon ass, brown nosing, boot looking, sucking masses dick kind of coon. But if you're like me, if you're a man of color who just bees himself, wears what he wants to wear, and it bees his own individual, has his own lingo, speaks his own language, speaks well, acts well, well-behaved, treats other people treats other people the way he wants to be treated. Oh, that's a goddamn problem. Nobody respects him, especially you black women. Y'all don't respect that guy. But it's okay for a Caucasian guy or any other. It's okay for a Caucasian guy, an Asian guy, a Latino guy, a Hispanic guy, any East Indian guy, an Arab guy, and whoever else. It's okay for them to be them fucking selves, and everybody respects those guys. But if a black man is in America is himself and be's who he wants to be, it's a problem. He got to be something negative, but he can't be nothing positive, and he can't be his own individual. And I'm so sick and tired of this racist ass, sexist ass double standard that goes on in America, especially with racism and misandry. Let me say this again. You know, it's like a black man in America cannot be his own individual. And that's really fucked up. He cannot be a regular guy. He got to be super good looking, or it's like he got to be super good looking and super perfect, but nobody else has to. Either he's sexy or not. He can't be. There's no in between. He got to be fucking wealthy or poor. There's no in between. Everybody else can have. There's a middle ground and a middle class and a working class. There's in between. But if you're a black man in America, there's no in between. Either you're a desirable or undesirable. And I mean, nobody says shit like everybody wants to make sagging pants as a fucking issue, but men cross dressing and acting like faggots and dressing gothic and shit. Women you got men want to get sex changes and be a transgender wearing fucking dresses. Women want to be fucking men wearing men's clothes and wearing fucking pants, or women want to be a fucking dyke and shit when dressed like a fucking man. That's not an issue, but men sagging pants is. What kind of shit is that? And she got, hold on. And this goes out to and this is why I have no respect for fucking rappers, especially the Wu-Tang, that guy what's his name, Raza? You're a fucking handkerchief head, you're a fucking salad, and you're a fucking coon. This is exactly why I never, when I was growing up, never followed you black entertainers, because you're nothing but a bunch of fucking coons. You're nothing but a bunch of handkerchief head house niggers who disrespect their own people. Not only that, you disrespect yourself as a man and disrespect the other brothers, but you disrespect your own fucking woman just to get paid by the fucking kikes. Now that means Jews. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. This video might be flagged, but I don't give a fuck. And these racist skin monkey, pale skin monkey, Caucasian motherfuckers. And I'm really sick and tired of them. They want to act. They don't want a positive man of color. They don't want a positive so-called black man, but they want to promote black men being thugs, killers, gangsters, and rapists. When these motherfuckers are these motherfuckers, you know who the fuck you are. Non-blacks are the biggest, particularly Caucasian guys. You're the biggest white collar criminals. Y'all commit the biggest commit bank fraud, insurance fraud. You're the biggest pedophiles. You're the biggest rapists. You're the biggest murderers, and you're the biggest fucking terrorist out here in the world. And you have a history of doing that, and you continue to do that. But if I say that, oh, I'm reverse racist, get the fuck out of here. Like I said before, until I have power, until I write the laws, until I run shit, until I'm in a position of power, until I commit genocide, until I rape women and children, rape and pillage, and be a fucking pedophile, and try to eradicate a culture, steal somebody's land, kill off the indigenous people, enslave other people, rape their women and children, sodomize the fucking men, rape the fucking men, and make laws to oppress other people, commit redlining, and run the fucking police force, own the police force, the military, the fucking government, manipulate people, miseducate people, own and control shit, and have wealth and power, then you can call me a fucking racist and do all that evil ass shit and be sexist as hell and be gynocentric and be a misogynist at the same damn time and get away with it because I'm privileged and I got a position because I reap the benefits of what my forefathers and mothers have done, which is evil as fuck, which makes me an accessory to a fucking criminal. Until I can do all that shit, then you can call me a racist. But if I'm not in a position of power and I don't write the laws and I don't have wealth, I don't have influence, I don't control media, I don't control the school system, I don't control the government, I can't manipulate people, and can't brainwash people, and spread propaganda, spread hatred, pass down hatred, commit genocide, and discriminate and racially profile people, kill people, and enslave people, and colonize the globe. Until I can do that and get away with it and still be respected and still be loved and worshipped by other people, then I cannot be a racist. Boom. But like I said this, I mean, y'all Negro Peen, y'all nothing but a bunch of sellouts. Oh, this is the reason why I do not buy, this is why I do not support these so-called black rappers, because most of them are fucking coons and they're fucking sellouts. Do you think they're teaching their kids to act like that? No, they're telling their fucking kids to assimilate European culture. Oh, be like the Caucasian kids. Oh, don't dress like this. Even though I sag my pants and I call my women bitches and hoes and sluts and gold diggers. Oh, don't do that.
You might as well get you a white girl, son, or you might as well get yourself a Caucasian guy, son, a white boy's daughter, because these niggers ain't shit. Even though I created a culture and I'm part of the fucking problem. Even though I have never done nothing for the black community, even though the black community has made me rich, made me damn near wealthy, gave me some power, gave me some influence, but I'm gonna sell out and be a house nigger, be a fucking handkerchief ass coon, just so I can be in the good graces of my master. Even though slavery is over, I still want to be a fucking house nigger, because I suffer from self-hate and Stockholm syndrome. That's what you call it. A lot of these entities, a lot of these so-called black entertainers are fucking bought and paid. You notice they never speak on racial issues, social issues. They never address misandry of what men go through, especially black men go through. They never speak on sexism, period. And some degree of misogyny. They bash their own people. They throw their own people under the bus. They even encourage so-called other black people to kill other black people. They promote this self-hate and this coonery and buffoonery, and that's why I don't support it. You motherfuckers disrespect your own women, you disrespect your own men, you throw your own men underneath the bus because you're a faggot. You bash your own people, you insult your own people, you sag your own pants, you act like a damn fool, but you all of a sudden, when you get some degree of acceptance from Caucasians, racist Caucasians at that, and these other non-blacks that you want to fuck with, oh, now you want to act brand new, and you want to act like you never did that when you created that fucking problem. You perpetuate these negative stereotypes about our people, which is the reason why we don't get no respect, the reason why we keep getting killed, the reason why we keep being racially profiled, suffer from discrimination, and this is why people don't like us and feel like they can fuck with us and treat us bad and kill us and violate us and bully us and get away with it, and not to be seen as a human being. We're still seen as three-fifths as a human being, y'all. And that's why I don't respect these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers do not create economic opportunities. They don't create jobs. They don't build their schools. They don't build schools of our own community. They don't buy property and sell us pieces of the property so we can be self-efficient and be independent from this racist ass system, this racist gynocentric system. They don't promote building strong families, but they promote whoredom and slutdom. They promote women being whores and sluts. They promote men being faggots and dumbasses and being thugs and criminals. But they tell the kids don't do that. That's why I don't respect these rappers and these so-called black entertainers, because they're nothing more than a bunch of fucking sellouts. And you want to say to Raza that, well, if you dress more like a Caucasian person, I don't know what the fuck is that, because Caucasian people, especially Caucasian men, can wear wherever the fuck they want to wear. They can wear dresses. They can dress gothic and shit. They can put on wigs and shit. Paint their fingernails and toenails. Wear a fucking dress. Wear a fucking thong, and they still get respected. But if a black man does the same thing, cross dresses, we're less of a man. But they're still looked at as, still respected as men. That is white privilege. That is white male privilege. Same with the women. Women can act like dykes and act like butch, lesbian, dyke bitches, and they're still respected as ladies. But if we do any of that, we're treated less than human. We're treated like 10th class citizens, but we pay first class taxes. Look, I'm gonna take a break for a minute. I'm just gonna say it like this: to y'all sellouts, y'all Negro pins, you handkerchief head coons, you Sambos, you Aunt Jemima, Aunt Tamasita, Uncle Ruckus idiots. Systematic. Let me tell you this: when it comes to systematic, institutionalized economic racism, particularly systematic racism and Caucasian supremacy,
There's nothing going to protect you. No amount of how you cut your hair, how you wear your hair, how you do your hair. No matter how you dress, what you wear, how you dress, what you wear, how you wear your pants, how you wear your clothes, the type of clothes, how much your clothes cost, how expensive your clothes are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how well you speak, how you talk. It doesn't matter how you walk. It doesn't matter how you carry yourself. It doesn't matter how many Caucasian friends you have. It doesn't matter what neighborhood you grew up in, what school did you went to. It doesn't matter if you got a college degree, if you got a associates, bachelor's, master's, PhD. It don't fucking matter. It don't matter how much money you have either. It doesn't matter what kind of car you have. It doesn't matter what neighborhood you live in. It doesn't matter what type of house you have. It does not fucking matter. It doesn't matter what the fuck your social status is to them, to the race, to people who are racist and don't like fucking black people. As I put it, you are still a nigger to them. They'll see you as a nigger. It don't matter what you do. It don't matter if you're compliant, if you're obedient. It ain't gonna stop you from being killed by these racist Caucasians and these hateful ass prejudiced other groups who don't fucking like us. It don't fucking matter. When it comes to these Caucasian supremacists and these other non-Caucasians, it don't fucking matter. It ain't gonna protect you. It ain't gonna stop you from being killed, being murdered by them, and especially by the cops, especially by the military. It don't fucking matter. If the government wants to drop bombs on your ass, it doesn't fucking matter. Look what they did to Tulsa, Oklahoma. It doesn't matter what that bitch said was true or not. They didn't care if she was lying or telling the truth that she was attacked by a so-called black man, by that racist Caucasian bitch who lied on a brother. It don't fucking matter. It doesn't matter who you date, whether you date within your own ethnicity. It doesn't matter if you date within your own ethnicity, if you're within your own ethnic group, or if you date outside your ethnicity. It doesn't matter what ethnic, to your brothers out there and to your sisters. It doesn't matter if you choose to date your own or date somebody else of a different ethnic background. You are still a nigger, and you will still be targeted. You still be fucked with. You will still face discrimination. You will still face fucking injustice. You'll still be racially profiled, and you will still possibly be harmed and killed by the cops and by these racist people out here who don't fucking like so-called black people, who don't like people of color. You gotta understand. You have to fucking understand that when it comes to Caucasian supremacy, it don't fucking matter what the fuck you do. So you might as well just be yourself. It's no different when, excuse me, it's no fucking different when I talk about true force loneliness. It doesn't matter what a person does, particularly a man. It doesn't matter how confident the guy is. It doesn't matter how nice the guy is. It doesn't matter how the guy dresses, how he talks, how he walks, how he carries himself. It doesn't matter how much he loves himself. It doesn't matter if he's being himself. It doesn't matter if you're an honest guy or a liar, or if you're a good guy or a bad guy. If a bitch don't find you fucking attractive, you're done. Same with, it's just use that same concept when it comes to fucking racism. My people. And some idiot's gonna ask me, what's the solution? The solution is to prove people wrong. The solution is to stop kissing their asses. Stop kissing these racist Caucasians' asses, y'all. Stop kissing the Caucasian person. Stop kissing Caucasian folks, Asian folks, Hispanic folks, Latino folks, East Indian folks. Stop doing that. Middle Eastern folks. Hell, stop trying to prove yourself to other Negroes. Because the problem with us as a people, when it comes to so-called black people, it's that we got self-hatred and we want validation and acceptance from other people. Why are you trying to get acceptance and love from people who don't fucking like you and fucking hate your guts? Why are you trying to prove yourself to people who don't fucking like you? It's the same thing I tell the men when it comes to these women. And yeah, I can tell the same thing to the women when it comes to dealing with certain guys. If a person doesn't fucking like you, it doesn't matter what you do. If a person's doing you wrong, you need to stand up for yourself. Fuck what society thinks. Stand up for yourself and put them on their ass. Fight back. It doesn't. I'm not saying go violent and start killing people and harming people and murdering people and fighting. I'm not saying you should fight hate with hate. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, to people of color in America, is that you have to understand we are the most hated group of people in the planet, in the world. But we're so envied and people feel threatened by us. It doesn't matter how nice you are, how compliant, how much of a good little Negro you are. It doesn't matter if you're an A student or not, or if you're smart or dumb or intelligent. If they don't like you, they don't like you. I dress well. I speak well. I carry myself well. I wash my ass. And I was an A student. It didn't stop me from having some teachers disrespecting me, calling me a fucking nigger. It didn't stop that. It didn't stop me facing teachers fucking with me, security guards fucking with me in school. It didn't stop. You know, dealing with the administration, people looking down on you and insulting you when I was in high school specifically. Kind of a hell of a lot of racism. When I was in college, same difference. You know, it didn't matter what the fuck I did. It doesn't matter how honorable I am, how much I do the right fucking thing. If they see you as a nigger, you are a nigger to them. And hey, it didn't stop me from being stopped by the cops when I was walking down the street, or if I was minding my own business, being in my own backyard. Cops harassed me anyway. It didn't stop me from being pulled over by the fucking police. Okay? So it doesn't matter how nice you are, how kind you are, and how intelligent, how many degrees you have. It doesn't matter if you record an incident or record people, voice videotape them, or use an audio recorder to record what they're saying to you and videotape them of what they're doing to you. It's not going to prevent racism and white supremacy taking place. I mean, Caucasian supremacy. Caught myself. But you know what I'm saying. I face countless discrimination, countless injustice. And to you racist people out there, you racist pieces of shit motherfuckers who want to be in denial about that and practice your so-called white in denial, and all the other groups who want to suck up to Caucasians, let me tell you this. Just because they don't say the word nigger, or they don't say the word chink, if they don't say the word speck, or raghead, or whatever racial slur they use, just because somebody doesn't use a racial slur, that doesn't mean they're not racist. Just because they don't do practice overt racism, and do overt racism or racist acts to your face, that doesn't mean they're not racist, because they're going to do it behind your back. They're going to fuck you up systematically. That's real talk. Do you understand what I'm telling y'all? What we have to do, I'm not going to tell you everything, but I want to tell you the basics. People of color, Nubian people, black, if you want to call yourself black, that's fine. Black people, African Americans or Africans, whatever you call yourselves and want to identify yourself, but you're still a person of color, in my opinion. Know your fucking history. Learn from your fucking past. Don't listen to these racist people, these racist pieces of shit, non-blacks who tell you forget your past, because they're not gonna forget their past. Okay, they're not. Ask the Jewish people, do they fucking forget their past? And no, they're gonna demand shit, demand reparations and justice, even though the Jews in Germany were badly mistreated. The Jewish American people still wanted justice, even though the Holocaust had no effect on their motherfucking asses. Same with the Japanese. I'm going to tell you this. Know your damn history. Know how society works. Learn the system. Know how institutions work. Understand how the system works. How this racist ass gynocentric system works. Especially if you're a man. If you're a man, you need to know this. Another thing. Respect your own. Take care of your own. Fuck with other. If people want to accuse you for being a racist because you pander to your own people, you look out for your own. Because let me tell you something. Latinos stick with other Latinos, especially the Mexicans. Mexicans stick up for Mexicans and look out for Mexicans. Asians do the same damn thing. East Indians do the same damn thing. Arabs do the same damn thing. And Caucasians do the same damn thing. They stick up for each other and look out for each other, even if they're in the wrong. And another prime example of that, women will stick together. And I'm not saying you should stick up for somebody who's in the wrong, but at the same time, if you're in the right and you know a person's being done wrong, as a person of color, as a Nubian person, if you know injustice is happening and you know if you know somebody within your own ethnic group is being done wrong, especially by the system, you need to do something about it because it will affect you too, because your ass is next. Your black ass is next, motherfucker. I'm telling y'all. So I'm going to say this. Look out for your own and respect your own and take care of your own. The problem with us as so-called black people, we don't respect each other. We don't love each other because we got self-hate issues. Not saying that other ethnic groups of color don't have that issue, but you see how they work together and respect each other and love each other, and they got pride. They got their own pride. There's Asian pride. There's Mexican pride. You name it. Everybody got pride for their own ethnicity. Everybody got pride for the fucking culture but us. And we're so fucking afraid to do that. We need to start doing that. We need to start taking care of our own and respecting our own. I don't give a damn if they want to pull the reverse racist card. Fuck that. Because these motherfuckers who want to call you, want to scream this, play the reverse racist card, they're the ones who are really racist their damn selves. And I don't give a fuck who gets offended for me saying that. You know that's the truth. If you're not racist, if you're not prejudiced, I'm not talking to you. But if you are the one. You are the damn problem. And you actually creating more division. I'm not creating division. I'm speaking the truth, and I'm standing up for myself. Actually, that's actually combating division, addressing the facts and addressing the truth. That's not spreading hate. I'm spreading love. I'm trying to wake people up and to pay attention to what the fuck's going on. When you see discrimination or any form of injustice going on with a person, no matter who you are, if you don't do anything about it, if you don't help that person, you're part of the problem. The last thing for people of color, for my people who got this skin color right here, who got melanin in their skin, high concentration melanin, control your damn dollar. Yes. Control your own, spend with your own community. Spend within your own community. Control your dollar. If a certain group of people support police brutality and they support racism, don't shop there. And if you're a victim of racial profiling, tell your brothers and sisters to not shop there. Even if you're not a black person, if you see somebody, hell, I have to say, a so-called black person being a victim of racial profiling and racism, say something. Boycott. We need to go back to boycotting. That's how we were able to get the so-called civil rights movement moving. I don't know why we stopped. But that's another story, and that's another video of another time. But I'm just saying, respect each other. Stop killing each other. Stop fighting each other over some stupid shit. Know your history and control your dollar. That's how you handle racism. You have to, it's all about money. If you want to affect change, it starts with the money. People do not, that's how the civil rights movement was able to take off. Because of the money.
That's why they brought in integration, because they can get our money. Use your head. Stop being an ass kisser. Stop being a bootlicking ass coon. Okay? Stop. The thing is, why do we gotta dress like them, walk like them, talk like them, and be like Caucasian people, be like Europeans, assimilate European culture? How come we can't embrace our culture, who we are? How come we can't embrace our so-called Africanness, so-called blackness? How come we can't embrace our Nubianness and wear our clothing and learn our language and practice our customs? Think about that. We should. The bottom line is this: people of color, we need to be ourselves and love ourselves. That's the only way we can get the ball rolling and affect change. Love yourself, know who you are, and learn your heritage and respect your heritage. If you don't believe me, it doesn't matter what the fuck you wear as a so-called black person. If you did your history, if you Negropeans did your fucking history, and I have a clip that I'm going to play at the end of this video. People, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, they wore suits. And they still got killed. You had women wearing dresses. And they got killed. Okay? It doesn't matter what you wear. If a racist person, if a bigot doesn't like you, you're done. Okay, they're gonna do whatever it takes to fuck with you, bully you, and try to harm you and try to kill you. That's what these Caucasian supremacists do. That's what these other groups do that want to fuck with you. They want to kill you. Don't you understand? Like I said before, it didn't matter how well I dressed. It didn't, because I never sagged my pants. I wore good clothes. I try to dress well, and I still got picked on by other students when I was in school, bullied, disrespected, and humiliated. Okay, and not only that, and even when it came to people in positions of power, it didn't matter how awesome I was and how much of a good person I was, and how much of a good student I was, and how much of a good worker I was. So I still got treated like shit, okay? If I went on a job interview and I was qualified for the job, I got passed over by a Caucasian person, likely with a felony or a fucking illegal immigrant, particularly a Mexican. Let's just be real. I'm tired of being PC here, politically correct. Oh, names and faces. Well, I'm like, fuck all that. Forget that junk. Because when it comes to identifying somebody, you got to go. People judge you on how you look, like it or not. You can agree with me or disagree with me. You know, I faced countless racism, countless discrimination, being racially profiled, being harassed by other people, being harassed by the cops, okay, security, people questioning me. And I had recently, yesterday, my mom's friend's son was being harassed by the police. It didn't matter. And it didn't matter what he wore, and he's a nice guy. Talk to him. But he got body slammed by the fucking cops. Because a racist Caucasian person out in Olney, Illinois, not going to mention names, I'm going to tell you the town, did something to that guy. And that's just flat out wrong, because they thought he was stealing, even though he had a cart and he had a fucking receipt. So, I mean, racism, we don't live in a post-racial society, y'all. And pandering to racist Caucasian people, pandering to these prejudiced non-blacks who don't fucking like black people ain't gonna solve the damn problem. I can tell you that for sure. Yeah, don't get me wrong, we should dress well, but we should dress for ourselves. We should, like I said, we should invest in our own clothing. That represents who we are. We should have that so-called black pride. But that's too intimidating for you motherfuckers, because you still want approval, and you still want validation from the oppressors, which is stupid as hell. If you really want, and the women who talk about, oh, I don't like it when a man sag his pants, just stop it. Because most of you women, most of you black women love thugs, y'all love bad boys when you're young, and through your teens and through your 20s, even through your 30s, y'all still like bad boys. So stop it. Y'all still get pregnant by these thugs, these no good ass dudes that you complain about, and you take no personal responsibility and accountability for who you pick. You get burnt by these guys. You know he was no good. You talk about him selling drugs. Well, why are you going with a guy who's selling drugs? Money. Oh, the only reason why, maybe the guy couldn't get a job because of the color of his fucking skin. He had the skills, he had the credentials, he had to make money. He's in poverty. Even if he came from a good family, he's trying to get a job, but he keeps getting denied employment because he's a threat to the Caucasian establishment of the power structure. Y'all don't know it. I mean, people don't know what it's like to be a black man in America. Y'all never understand, and some of y'all don't want to fucking understand because y'all don't care. And I don't expect you to care. Well, if you don't care about my pain and suffering and my plight, I don't care about yours. Fuck if you think I'm anti-American. If I was American, I would not be treated. If Malcolm X said one thing, don't want to go too long with this. If we were American, we would not be racially profiled. We would not face discrimination. We would not be treated as three-fifths of a human being and still be treated as chattel slaves. I don't know. We still wouldn't be treated like slaves. We treated like 10th class citizens, but we pay first class taxes. Being killed, being lynched, being killed. You don't have to be hanged by a fucking noose. You can be killed by a fucking gun. And people are getting bold with the fucking racism. To us, to people who look like me, they're getting fucking bold. And Obama ain't helping. He ain't talking about it. He'll never do anything for people of color because he don't give a fuck. And I don't feel bad for the dude because he knew what he was doing. He knew what he signed up for. He's a sellout, just like these other handkerchief head, Negro peeing ass coons in Hollywood. And these so-called black scholars who don't do shit. So all I'm going to say is this. It doesn't fucking matter. So you might as well just be yourself. Anyway, that's all I got to say. That's my rant. I'm out. Peace. And watch this video. I'm out.
So, RZA decides to jump out his motherfucking mouth and say some coon ass shit. Now, I'm not going to quote him verbatim, but the gist of what he said was that if black men would dress a little bit better, then they wouldn't be seen as a threat by the cops, and which way they would avoid being killed by the cops. They need to quit sagging, dress more properly. Now, RZA the type motherfucker, man, I honestly thought he had at least read a couple books. He kind of, you know, he always gave off the vibe that he read a couple of books in his fucking lifetime. But apparently this motherfucker don't even know black history. You don't even have to look back super far to see the shit that he talking about. It's complete and utter bullshit. It's been proven in history that doesn't fucking matter what black people wear. It doesn't matter what black people wear. At one time, black men were wearing suits on a regular basis. Black women dressing in their Sunday's best, basically. That's what it was the equivalent of, dresses and shit. This is what black people walked around looking like. And guess what? We were fucking hanged then. In our Sunday's best. We will be hanged, brutalized, murdered, anything that could happen. By the police or a random ass lynch mob. These things were happening. It was even more vicious then. They would leave your ass hanging from a motherfucking tree in your Sunday's best. Turn into a fucking town spectacle that everybody watched. Everybody fucking laughed at. Everybody cheered the fuck on. This is us with suits on. It doesn't fucking matter what you have on. RZA, what the fuck is wrong with you? How could you say some stupid shit like that? And there are some other black people out here that will agree to this bullshit. then y'all know I expect it from white folk. Of course, they're gonna come up with shit like that, completely forgetting the fact that if a white person dresses like this, that doesn't make them a fucking threat. If they're sagging a little bit, they don't get fucking automatically shot by the cops, profiled by the fucking cops. And rednecks, these motherfuckers will sag with no drawers on at all. And they're not a threat to the motherfucking cops just off sight, just off wearing a motherfucking hoodie. Really? This is the type shit that people have to say about black folk. Like, what way can black people not be killed by the cops? How much more compliant can they be? The only people in fucking society that has to change in order to not be fucking murdered. We gotta change our fucking clothes. How fucking much sense does that make? If the guise is, if the trick is, if the illusion is that we are equal, why in the fuck would that be real? How in the fuck can we believe that we can dress different and everything will be okay? If we just act a little different, then everything will be fucking okay. It doesn't matter how we've dressed. It doesn't matter how the fuck we've acted throughout history. We will always be the motherfucking enemy. We will always be a motherfucking threat. And we will always be unjustly fucking brutalized and murdered by this fucked up ass, crooked ass system. Fuck the RZA and anybody that think like that nigga. He a motherfucking coon. Nigga needs a fucking healing.